Well, thought right here was a beautiful place for Melinda to say good morning to you all.
Relaxing.
Yeah, just look at all these plants and all these blooming flowers all down through here on the vegetables and all. I tell you, it is so relaxing. Just look right here. The guys aren't here yet this morning. Well, Ammon is because he just comes over here and chillaxes for a while. When he gets up in the morning, he told Melinda he gets up and just shoots straight over here to relax. Maybe there's no relaxation at the house there, maybe there's too much activity. So he just comes over here and sits underneath the little work shed over there and chills and just quiet. He's a pretty cool guy. And he has had that cup wheel, that grinder. I showed him what I was going to do with it. I showed him and a couple others what I was going to do with it, but I never said, here, I want you to do this. And I worked the walls. I put on goggles and double face masks and did it on my head, and I started doing the walls myself, right? And then I put it down to breathe for a while because I had so much. I mean, I did it 2 or 3 times. I'm just covered in all this stuff. And I was upstairs with the guys working, and I heard it going down here, and I'm like, who's got that grinder? And come down, and it was Ammon, and he is grinding away. But he didn't have safety goggles on. I said, man, let me get you my goggles. He had his respiratory covered good, and he has been on it for past couple of days, hadn't he?
Yes, yes.
Inside rooms,
He-
outside,
He's working hard on that.
smoothing the surface of these walls, getting it here where any joint is, where it'll just float right out. He just went all over this place, grinding. You can see a swirl mark there, grinding and knocking off slag and all that, getting it ready for us to begin the finishing procedure down below down here. So kudos for him, man. It's like he's been smiling while he's doing it, like he's been happy to do that, boy. And it's probably some hard work because that grinder is heavy. Well, the guys will be here in just a bit. They're going to look over what we formed yesterday, and we all worked our tail ends off up there yesterday. I just didn't have a chance to video, and I hate putting a tripod out with a camera on it. And there's so many of us moving around and swinging steel and plastic tubing and just everything, plywood, cocoa lumber, all of that, and ask everyone to try to be aware of a camera. It's a little bit of mayhem then. So you have to bear with me that sometimes this vlog isn't so perfect like a studio production, I just I try to do what I can with the tools that I have and not impede on my workers too much. So please be understanding of that. They're going to go up there and check and make sure that we didn't miss anything on the forms, because we don't want a blowout. That's a nightmare to fix.
Oh, yes.
Once you get concrete to blow out and it sets, man, or just a mess, it can just be a mess. So we're going to really go over it again, just do a follow-up on it this morning with fresh minds after we were so tired yesterday. And probably by first break this morning, right after they finish their first break, they'll probably begin pouring, and it's going to be really exciting. It's taking form. It's going to put a major part through between the kitchen and the dining room, where a big bar top's going to go, with that wood underneath that blue tarp right back behind us right there that came from the beach. Well, I'm going to get this day started, and I hope you enjoyed hanging out with Mel and I for a minute here.
Especially with me.
Why don't we just talk and update you, and we'll see you throughout the day. Come up here and give y'all a sneak peek before the guys get up here busy working. So as you can see, we unveiled another wall. I'm not supposed to have any windows on this side over here for privacy issues of the neighbors. They don't have none on the other side of theirs as well. Another nice radius edge here. Yeah. Good slick wall. Then here, it's another radius in the corner right here. And you see the difference. I let the guys work these, and you see they're a little bit more rough. They didn't put the detail into it. I did, and I'm not trying to beat them up or nothing. It's just I know how important it is to work that and get it to come very clean, like I did over on that post. But they're learning. We'll drive that out at a later date after this cures and gets hard. We'll drive it little plastic tubes out. I know it looks crazy, but we got a lot of scrap blocks, so this 1/2-inch plywood is not as strong as that 3/4. Get a lot of pressure in this, it could make a little bow in these places. So we got scrap, just shove them behind this cribbing here. I mean, you got them, use them, shove them in there, and give that some extra support. So looks crazy, they're just in there loose, but as soon as you pour concrete in the walls, they'll tighten up. But it'll keep any kind of distortion taking place there in the walls, you know. Just simple little old stuff. Don't take but a minute to slide those behind there. This plumbing here where the PPR is, I had them to stuff some concrete sacks around that area, around that pipe and joint, so that I did not pressure test it, and there's only a joint here and at one other place. I'd rather be able to access it again when I do pressure test it, and if there's a leak I can get in and fix it and then plaster up around it afterwards. So that's going to be a simple thing to do. We're about to start pouring concrete upstairs, so it's showtime.
Yeah. Nagapagaan. Ay, tubig.
Lulit.
Tiga lagi para may wala rin kawas. Suot pa dyan, Robert. Okay.
There you go. Mama, I think we're almost finished here, and then we'll pour the last stuff there in the top.
Salang. Oh, okay.
To the top, to the top. Up there now. We're done here. Kind of focus down this way, so this will bond all together. Just dump it right on Joel's head, it's okay.
The mix.
Huh? Yeah.
Nomor ron, wala ron. Nomor bro. Finish or
We got this poured up to its level right there. We had little nails sticking out. Knowing how far up we wanted to pour, let me show you here. I see one here somewhere. There's a nail. We need to pour up to those nails there. And that is our mark of where the wood bar top's gonna go on there. Those little nails mark the finish. Of course, this is a 4-foot form, and we wasn't gonna cut off a little bit, you know, trying to make it exact. All you need to do is try to keep your lumber in tight when you can. Just mark where you need to stop. And same thing, we didn't cut off the end of these sheets. See, they're still hanging out to length. And that way also, we're not just chopping them up. We still have large pieces to use again and again. Got our little bull nose up on that corner. So I know it looks kind of silly. We put all these blocks, but these are scraps we already had. And you know, why not? Why not fill the voids? You know, you got them here. Some of the guys are just waiting to get busy on the other stuff. Just grab blocks, shove them in there. And that way, if this plywood expands out against this, see, like that one's loose, but this one's, that was pretty good. It didn't really change none. See, there's not too much pressure. Now see, those that got pressure though, see, they're tight. So they did their job. Oh, that one's pretty snug. It did its job. So yeah, that one's snug. It did its job. There you go. Those are loose. Oh, but those are snug. So see, pressure, and that keeps the wall all nice and smooth without a bunch of ripple in it. You don't have to do that. If it was 3/4 inch plywood, I wouldn't worry about it at all, which 3/4 is what we originally used, but so much more expensive than this 1/2 inch. After they finish this pour this afternoon, we're going to continue forming those walls down through there for today, and it's for tomorrow also. I'm not going to try to do another pour yet. We just want to form. We got some walls we have to build out off of that. A wall coming out this direction right there at the end of that cribbing. Right where that plywood's laying, another wall coming out. Yeah, right where Joel is, right there. He's showing you. There's another wall right there. So a wall coming out there. A wall coming out right here at the end of this cribbing. And that's going to form the little utility room. Really, it's like a big walk-in pantry, but you can store brooms and all that stuff in as well. Oh, there it is. That is poured and done. Is that bat? Dad? Just take it downstairs. Here, give it to Marlon. He'll go put it in the kitchen. So we got the water tank moved out of here just now. You can see the circle where it was at. We put it out here on this back terrace. It is super strong. Not worried about that at all. There's a big cantilever beam sticking out there as well. So we're gonna use it right out there for the time being, out of the way, so we can be working inside in here. And we just ran some temporary lines again from the solar pump going into the tank. But I do need to make a run to the hardware store. Probably go to City Hardware in Oton here in just a little bit and pick up a little bit of plumbing supply stuff. And I've got a few other things I want to get there as well. And one of those things that I'm looking to get is here in this dining area. This is the wall facing towards the west, and then over here in the kitchen area, the wall facing towards the west. Up here high, you can see that evening sun shining there now. I believe I want to put some of those glass blocks up there, and before I pour the last little bit of that wall right there at that level it is now, I think I'm going to insert some of those glass blocks, and or at least making an opening there for them and insert them later. Evening times in the afternoon, you're going to get all that late evening natural light coming through there, and it's going to diffuse and make a nice beautiful light in this dining and the kitchen both up here. So I believe I'm going to pick some of those up. Really happy with these walls, really happy with them. And now, I mean, look at this. Now right outside right here, here's my neighbor's house. If you need to know where we're at here, there's my neighbor's house. And now here, I'm already getting set up for my outdoor little grilling area, aka dirty kitchen as they call here. So here you go, you see this is the front round columns over the garage door. And now we've got walls formed. Just trying to do that column pieces there now, all the way from the front of the house to the back of the house upstairs. Coming right along. Let you see something besides me here. I'm sitting there waiting to turn the entrance to the Jeep, and you're gonna just sit there in their driveway. So here I am at City Hardware, run in and pick up some things that I need from here. I'll tell you what, I had a pretty cool event this afternoon. So we were on break and I went downstairs to get me some cranberry juice. And I looked out the window and I see a couple bike riders at my front gate, and they could see me in there and they're motioning for me to come. And I come around, well, they were with Ninja Van, and it was another one of those diamond cup wheels that I ordered. It came here from China. And so when I'm taking a picture with the package, that's what you do here to, you know, prove that you're the one that received that package. That's how they need to prove it. The guy told me that he watches our vlog, and that's how he knew when he seen where this is going. He knew the place because he sees us on YouTube. And I thought that is pretty cool. I like that. And he seemed like he might have been on a rush to get on to the next thing they need to do. But if you see this video and you're there again, stop, come on around, let me show you the place, and I'll give you a Coke and a snack and enjoy and visit for a minute. But I appreciate that support. You really made my day with that, you know, you really did. And thank you so much for that. I'm all Texaned out. Represent, get inside. See those glass blocks I'm talking about right here? I'm putting her at the top of that wall in that dining area and in the kitchen. It would still give privacy, but at the same time, it would let that evening sun shine through and across the room. That light would pass all the way even into the living room. And I really like it. We have some over at our old house as well, and we have these right here, and I liked them, and I think I'm gonna stick with that. I just told him to go ahead and get me 16 of those to put across. It's a pretty nice little table they got right there. It's almost $200, this workbench. Similar to my toolboxes that I have. My toolbox is also called a workbench, you know, and it's like a workbench with drawers, so it's a rolling toolbox. But I like that. I mean, this would be nice, even like using like a standalone, like an island out in the kitchen, you know. I mean, it's pretty cool. I like that though. Here's the price if you want to get an idea on it. Be just barely under 200 US dollars. Just like a few new items they got here. And we're gonna make up a couple more extension cords. And these particular cords do not need a ground on them. I really haven't liked these ends that I bought here. They didn't have these the last time. They look better than the last ones I bought. I don't know why they don't have a clamp on them. This one has a clamp. So I think I'll have me a couple of these just to have as backups when we're wanting to make up little cords. And as well, I need an end burn up on one of my other extension cords. So we'll put a new end on it. And I like this one right here. It's the one I'm here to get. We'll take and cut off the existing end, which had 3 outlets on it. Mold it like rubber or plastic, and I'll replace it with this, because this one end right here gives me every style, the American style, the European style, everything, you know, kind of got it all on this one. And you got 2 styles that you can do on here. So yep, I like this one here. I'm gonna have me a couple of these too. I'd like to have one just as a backup. Oh, that's a different size now. Let's see, 3 on that one. You know, I don't want it too large on the end. Actually, I like the shorter one better. Maybe they got one more of those. Yeah, there we go, right there. So there we go. Have me a couple of those. Those are 120 pesos, so about $2.50 for that right there. These are great. They really work good. Got a couple of them already and we're using them. Something else I'm wanting is just some little little light sockets made out of rubber. Screw a light bulb in. You can hang down while you're working. And I'll tell you what, I swear every trip I'm here I grab electrical tape. 40 pesos right there for this electrical tape. How long is it? 16 meters long. They told me there was one here that's a better grade than this. Maybe this is the one that was the better grade. I think it is. Don't remember. So this is something I've been looking for. I need these nuts like this right here that putting on that conduit in the electrical, and they've had the 3/4 and up, but they have been out of ones for the 1/2 inch for a while now. They tell me that supplies are hard to get here at the moment. And so let's look here while we're here. Let's talk about electrical boxes. See, you got metal boxes here available. But let's go to where, yeah, right here. Let's go here and let's look for a 2-gang or a 3-gang box, and one of any kind of quality. So this right here is not what you think it is. Because you see, that is a different spread. See here, that's just for a cover to go on this box. And this is just like a large junction box here for a lid to go on it. That's not a 2-gang box. Let me put it here where I can show you a little better. You see, this is not a 2-gang box here either. As you see, it's just, you're going to really be hard pressed to find those. You see all of these, and those are not 2-gang boxes. None of those are. None of those are 2-gang boxes. This pretty much any store I go to, this is what it's going to be, is these little boxes right here, this brand here, and these white ones. In fact, it looks like the white ones that I like are not even these. I like the ones that's got the coarse screw right down through it instead of that fine thread like that. Has a coarse screw that screws right into the plastic. I like that. I really don't like these with this insert. That insert, it corrodes. Let me see if I can get that to focus. You see that insert right there? What happens, you got 2 different types of metals. That's maybe like, it's supposed to be like a brass insert, but it's not. It might be brass plated or something. And then when you put a metal, typical steel screw in there, it corrodes. And this little soft plastic, that little insert's not very big, and it strips or pops right out of that hole. So I like the ones that's just directly threaded in with a coarse screw right into the plastic. And I've always bought those here, and now I don't see them, and I'm really upset that I don't see that. I have no choice but to buy these. I do have a remedy for that, where those try to seize up in there, and I showed that in past videos. I'll take some wheel bearing grease and put in that hole before I put the box up against the form. One thing that'll keep the concrete out, and the next it'll keep it from corroding until we're ready to finish the house and put all that on there. So I'll go back to my old method again of using the grease inside that hole to try to protect that little insert in there. So funny again, a guy just, I noticed he's kind of following me here in the store. It was about my age, Filipino, and he finally approached me. He also watches our vlog. It's so funny. And then I was trying to record, and some guy stepped out of the way, and they said, oh, he's a vlogger in Tigbawan. And I'm over in another town, so that's just kind of funny. I'm having a celebrity day or something. It's kind of crazy. These are like the remotes on our little lights we ordered in from China that we got back in Texas.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon.
Hello, how are you?
Just that?
Yeah, the 16 of them.
Yes.
Yeah, that is what I got. I like these lights. Be cool on my staircase, on the steps. It'd be nice. Yeah.
Indoor?
Outside going up. It'd be
Outside.
nice.
That one.
Like that?
Yeah.
Glad to get that mask off my face. Yeah. Texas Filipino. But in Texas, governor order you don't have to have that no more. Business is fully open. I know different people have different opinions of that, but that's life. Well, I got part of what I needed in there, but they didn't have everything that I needed. They're out of stock, and you know, right now I can understand it because they're having supply issues here right now. There were so many companies in countries abroad and here in the Philippines both that have been closed because of all the global events. It's been hard for them to get some supplies. So I just have to jump around until I can find the things that I need. Woo! Sun's right in my face. Will you see that?